another episode of Gardiner Plot. Today I'm going to show you what to do with some logs. Well, explain about some logs. Hi, welcome to another episode of Gardener's Plot. So today I'm going to show you my logs and I've got plans for them, and also got, continuing on with the pond theme, we're going to do another species of the week from the pond. So got that to look forward to. So right, I'm going to finish the brew and crack on. So we have logs, and lots of them. Luckily one of our neighbours was cutting down a tree, fortunately for the tree, but lucky for us. So I managed to salvage as much as possible, which pretty much I think was an entire tree, for the garden. So I've got different shaped logs, I've got stumps, I've got ones that sort of got like a flat side where they've been how they've been cut down. I've got some thinner branches, which I'll probably use for perching for the chickens and for Saska's aviary. Some thicker logs, which I might build fences out of. And I've also got some good sort of branch-like ones, which I might even use for the wildlife hotel giant thing I'm going to build at the top of the garden. So today I'm going to try and organise them and get them positioned in the garden, and there's a few that I might turn into a few projects, so I'll probably add them to like workshop Wednesdays and stuff like that. So today we're going to be laying logs in the garden. There you go. Let's crack on and start moving. Right, so a little bit of organisation now done. So these I'm going to use for the bug hotel, I think. Some nice branches I can use, some interesting shapes. I'll get them used for that. Those I'm going to use as fence posts, I think, because they're quite nice and long and straight. We have our perches there. Stumps for the stumpery, so I can dot them around the pond to create different habitats for insects and things like that. So lots of dead wood. These might use for the border of rather than using the little wooden fencing, I'll use logs. They've got some nice shapes there. You've got these that have got the flat. So I might even make a little bench out of them. And there's a few shorter logs as well, so I don't have to do with those either. So there you go, it's logs sorted into piles. And right now, time to start moving them around. Yay! Right, let's crack on. There you go, that's some of the logs moved now. So as I said last week, this is going to be the bog garden. So I sort of given that a bit of a border with these logs. So when I do actually do the bog garden, it'll give something, sort of insects and things, a natural habitats around the bog garden. And then I sort of created a layout with the other logs, sort of as a boundary. So hopefully once I plant things in there, it'll look a little bit more natural coming out of the logs and give lots of things, lots of places to hide. While I was doing this though, discovered we have a little tiger moth. Very pretty. He's pretty. And there was some froglets around. Ooh, let me refocus. we go, put it up in there. So I did manage to get a little bit of a clip of one of the little froglets, so I'll add that as well. So I've removed this dead branch, which is now over there. But there you go. That's most of the logs moved now. So what I need to do now is move them to the top of the garden and get them ready for the bug hotel, which is going to go along the shed up there. So hopefully I can create something nice. There you go. And that's me laying the logs in the garden. So, the species of the week this week is the stickleback. So a little bit about the sticklebacks. They are actually related to seahorses and pipefish. It's to do with their snout structure and also the spines on their back as well. Although they are starting to reclassify them because they're not as related as they once first thought. I think that's currently going through the change of classification sort of thing. All sorts of signs and names. What else? So there's quite a few different species. The majority of them are actually marine. But today I'm going to talk about the freshwater species. So that's going to be sort of like your 3-spine and your 9-spine stickleback. The 3-spine is the largest of the species, freshwater, and they grow up to about 4 inches long. We have got a female in the pond which is approximately that size. Every now and then you sort of see a little ripple for the water as she passes by. They're found throughout Europe, Asia and North America, sort of in rivers, streams and ponds. There are carnivorous species, so they eat lots of insects and things within the pond as well. They don't actually have scales, sticklebacks. They sort of have sort of bony armour plates. So that's quite a little interesting fact about them. Mating behaviour wise, they reach sexual maturity about the 2 inches mark. And what the males do, they sort of create a little hole within the substrate at the bottom of the river or whatever, and they actually go and collect different sort of debris and things and actually create a little nest. And then what they do is they displace the females. They sort of swim up and like this action to attract the females, and then they mate the females, and then the females will lay their eggs in their little nest. So they literally do this until they die. So a lot of your bigger fish will actually be females. Once the males reach sexual maturity, they just throughout the breeding season they're constantly trying to breed, so then basically just breed until they're exhausted and die. So this is better ways, one of the better ways to go, I suppose. So in our pond we actually have 3-spine and 9-spine sticklebacks. And these guys actually came from a university, so they were used within behavioural experiments to do with hunting and how they catch prey, things like that. One of the experiments would be they'd have a light shine on with like 3 red dots or something, or a selection of dots, and then it's to see what ones the fish go to as well. They also to do with things how they hide in different places and how they swim and that. So they're quite heavily used in research. They're good little fish. I will get some footage of the one I've got in here and add it to the clip actually to see what they do. Pond wise, well, benefits of a pond. I would choose these over a goldfish any day. With goldfish, they literally eat anything in sight. Plant, animal, whatever. Goldfish don't mind. So they can actually cause a lot of damage to the ecosystem of your pond. They could strip the vegetation, things like that. Whereas these guys are solely carnivorous, and they will actually keep control of mosquito larvae and things like that. They hunt all them, and then keep the other insects under control. So they're actually a really good addition to a pond. They're not as colourful as goldfish, but they actually do serve, especially if you have a wildlife pond, and you want something else in there apart from pond weeds and snails. I would definitely recommend get some sticklebacks if you can find a source for them. They're a really cool little fish. So there you go. A little bit about sticklebacks, and I'll film this little guy in here around to this video. So that's it for this week's episode. Main job of today was just sort of getting those logs and branches organised into different piles, which I've done, and also getting some actually into the garden itself. So I'm quite happy where they are. I can probably change my mind. I might mix them up a bit and move one out or something and put in Saskia's aviary as enrichment. And then I've managed to put all the rest up top of the garden, so up against the shed, ready for the wildlife wall. The tall straight branches which I'm going to use for fence posts I'll probably put to one side, and I'll probably do that job in the winter, autumn months. And so yeah, I'll put those to one side, and I'm planning sort of doing a lot of the chain around the garden sort of winter, autumn months when there's nothing really growing. What else? So workshop Wednesdays, I think the next 3 or 4 episodes what I'll start doing is actually trying to build the wildlife wall, hotel, habitat, mansion thing. So I'll do it in different parts, so you don't have to sit there for like an hour and watch everything together. So look out for the first episode next week. I'll do that as workshop Wednesday, so just plan where I'm going to put things and sort of rearrange them all so I can actually build something. So look forward to that. So there'll be a wildlife workshop Wednesday mansion hotel build. Probably won't name it that, but something similar. Hello to any new subscribers. If you are new to the channel and you haven't yet pressed subscribe to get to see me every day. Not every day, every week. Get to see Teddy as well. He's normally in the videos, aren't you, Ted? Teddy! He is my special little boy. So yes, hopefully you've enjoyed watching me lay a log in the garden. Hopefully you've learned a little bit more about sticklebacks, if you didn't know anything about sticklebacks. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to do something now, probably a little bit more in the garden. Although it is starting to rain, so I might go inside and actually do housework. Yes. I love you and leave you all. So yeah, I'll see you on Workshop Wednesday for the planning of the wildlife hotel. What are you doing? Yeah, you're faking yours. See, you can be sweet. Anyway, on that note, I'll see y'all later in a little bit.